Okay, today is March 7, 2015. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple is scheduled to hold an event on Monday, the 9th, and most likely it's going to be announcing the pricing and the availability of the iWatch. And so we definitely could expect some price movement on the stock price on Monday as the event is being taking place. So let's take a look at some possible scenario on what we might expect, on the the stock price leading to the event and after the event. And let's go back and first look at this particular day here. Right, on this particular day is when the press release was made to announce the invitation, sending out the invitation, for the event on the 9th. And it was down at the time when that announcement came out. Then it pushes the price up. So, and as it turned out, it seems to be a engulfing candle for all these little fading inside candle here. You see this little fading, right? Kind of have a little bit of a, lower high here. Okay. So last week I kind of tweeted out to say, for any kind of clue for near directional move, just keep an eye on the breakout of this engulfing candle, in the direction we're going to break. If it break below this candle's low, then the chances are the near-term direction will be down. And if break above this, then it could be up. So right now, we're basically looking at, on Thursday, it broken through and closed slightly below that low. Okay, but as it turned out on Friday before the open, there was an announcement made that Apple is going to be joining the Dow Jones Industrial Average and replacing AT&T. And that gave Apple a bump. Okay, so and if we take a look at the intraday price here, so you can see Apple actually open up, then faded, for within the first 10 minutes, then it resumed back up and took out the opening high, and it made a turn out to be a high of the day here. Then it just kind of faded all day long, right? So it's kind of faded down all day long, and it even went negative for a little bit before it came back up and do a little bit of a OPEX price pinning stuff here. Okay, so actually, closed with a modest gain of like 19 cents, right? So it was up, up over $2 at one time, and for a stock with such a, good news and also a pop like this, and can't hold a gain, one have to be a little bit cautious about the selling pressure within. Okay, so anyway, and if we are to look at Monday to see what the possibility of the price action might be, my guess here, right, is that we probably will open slightly lower, and maybe even trade it down a little bit and then come back up. Then as is get the approach the beginning of the event, like approaching 10 o'clock Pacific time, then the price of the stock probably start moving back up. Okay, and then throughout the event, as various announcement is made, then we could see this little bit gyration, of the price going up and down, and maybe even at one time might even go above the Friday's intraday high. Okay, then as the event come to an end, it's somewhere around 12 o'clock Pacific time, I believe, at noon time, then maybe we come back down, then the price start coming back down, and we probably end up the day maybe close a little bit positive, a little bit up from the the close of the Friday's close. So it might open close something like this with this candle here. Then the following day we'll probably see it to continue its downtrend and fade down to this particular level here, this 122, 123. Because I'm looking at these price gap here, right? These price gap is probably will get filled. Right? Because at this area here, there's no support here. So once we get into this zone, it's basically what I call fluffy air, and the prices just kind of flow down. All right. The key level to watch is actually this 119, 120 area. Okay, this is where we see some potential support here, which happen to be the 50% retracement level from this swing here. Okay, so that's the level that we want to keep an eye on. This 119.75, somewhere around there. Okay. So basically it's this 119, 120 area. All right. Now we could see some buying here at this 618. When it get down to this 122, 123, we might get some dip buyer come in and maybe buy it back up. And then once they encounter the resistance, because we got this gap fill, then they come back up and maybe hit this resistance. Then they probably will, come back down and then test this area here, this 119, 120 level. And if it can't hold this level, then most likely it will come back down and try to fill this gap here, this earning gap. Okay, and if it does, then we probably will be waiting for the 200. Either we get bounced off the 200-day moving average, or we will continue to go down, okay, and maybe test down here at this 105, 107 area, okay, and that's where the 200-day moving average is. Okay, because right now the price seems to be having a negative bias here, because if you look at the MACD, it's also heading down, right? Okay, so there's still a little bit more downside pressure here. That's why I believe that we probably will most likely fill these particular price gap. Okay, now that doesn't mean that we cannot see the price to come up and get back up above this 127, right? Because anything is possible. It could be getting back up. After the prior announcement, we could get up and retest this all-time high, and then blow to it, and then get up to to this 141 level, because there is this little bit of a pullback flag here, right? So anything is possible. It could be doing something like this, right? So those are the scenarios that you might want to keep an eye on, and see which one will play out, and trade it accordingly. So good luck.